This is a requested video. A lot of people ask me, how do you grow live sphagnum moss like this? And for the longest time I was not able to recommend you any lights because mine was homemade. But recently I tested some new lights for growing live sphagnum moss, seedlings and cuttings, and that's doing great. So I will do the unboxing, the setup and the results in this video. So here is where I grow all my sphagnum and seedlings. It's a shelf unit from IKEA. The $25 US, 35 Canadian. That's a small one, but it's metal. It will last forever. What else I can tell you? If you put one tray on each shelf, that will work. So literally, you buy that and you can put something like 3 trays, even 4 if you put one on the top. But I like the fact that you can attach the light under the shelves. So for a low amount of space on the ground, you can put a lot of trays. So that's convenient. And that's the homemade light I got 5-6 years ago. And when people ask me what light I use for my sphagnum and seedlings, I cannot really recommend any light so far because that's homemade. But I think I have found something now. I will be able to test for you, and by the end of this video we'll see if all those seedlings and the cuttings are doing great or not. But I have good hope. Oh yes, and you see ABC on those cups. That's just a tip I do for knowing exactly what it is as cuttings, because I will just forget what was that. So it's easier for me. Let me show you another tray. Oh yes, you see the water? Here. There is always condensation water. That's why having a boot tray helps, especially when you have like carpet like me. What else I can tell you? For the light, obviously, if you want good live sphagnum like that, you need to cover that with a lid. You need humidity dome. It will help drastically, and then everything is happy. And we'll use all this live sphagnum, and I will also change a little bit the seedlings. But now with the good light, I had before 3 lights, but with the new lights, I should be able to have 3 more at least. So those 2, it will be 1 to 2 lights, and we will see. And to be able to compare, we will take the numbers of the lux at 3 stages. This one, and this one. So we see when we go higher, how strong are the lights on this homemade. So at the level of the tray, it's 2600 lux. Then higher, 3200 lux. And then when we go really close, that's 11,500 lux. Okay, so let's start the unboxing. That's a long one, as you see. I don't know if you can see that. Long box. So it's the VG80 from HYDRO, and we will see what kind of light it is, and if it's long enough to cover 2 trays and not strong enough to burn the trays, because again I have a low height on this IKEA shelf, so I really need the light to not be too strong because I cannot raise it. So well, let's see. Okay, I will put everything outside here. And what else do we have? Oh yes, extension cords. This, and I think we are good to go. So that's the light. So we see the LED inside. It's covered with plastic, I mean. And the connecting are supposed to, and the connecting are waterproof, which is good because, good. I'm not using that in a high humidity setup, but that's always better to have that just in case. So, okay, so let me show you what it is. So that's the one from my Mars Hydro. I will put everything on the screen for you, so you have all the spec. But let's start to see what they have. So, let me show you the connectic again. That's what you will have. And I guess on the other side, that's really well done. Yeah. Let me show you. So they will plug to each other, and then you can connect them to the extension cord. So extension cord, that's great. Very quickly, when you buy those lights, they are sold as two lights with one power cord. You are supposed to attach the two lights together and then the power cord. But if you want, like me, to put one light at some place and another one in another place, you will need to buy an extra power cord, and they are sold separately. And you can also, after that, okay, yes, you can attach them to see what kind of height you want. So you can suspend them, literally. So here it's not really complicated, but I'm not sure I will use it. Let's see, I need to see downstairs how they work, test the power, and to attach them, and then we will see what we can do with it. But I believe that's gonna be great for Sphagnum moss and seedlings, just because they are 80 watts, but it's 40 each. So 40 watts, it's not a lot, so it should not burn any seedlings, which I don't want. And it should be strong enough to help the sphagnum to grow. So it's really something specific. If you want to grow your sphagnum moss or having Nepenthes seedlings, like a lot, like as you see, that's long, that should work just great. So let's install that, let's stop chatting and we'll see. Okay, so how to install them? There is this hanger, pretty easy to set up. You basically just clip it, and then you will decide the height, attaching that where you want, like that. So not really easy under this shelf. I will still do it to show you what you can do, but I have a better way to attach that, but we will see that in a minute. Right now, so here it is, it's attached. As you see, yeah, it's really easy. You decide the height, but you will be blocked at some point because it cannot really be higher than that. So if you want it higher, plan B. I will show you. Okay, so first you need magnets and then two zip tie, and that's it. So because these shelves are in metal, that's perfect. You attach them where you want, and that's it. So I love these shelves for this reason, and this lamp will be attached as close, as high as possible, like that. So this way, less chance of burning the plants, more space for the humidity dome. Everybody is winning here. And now it's time to check the power. It's only one light here. So let's compare that to the previous homemade at this distance, and this distance. Okay, so at the level of the tray, 10,800. So that's quite good. 14,600 and then 21,500. This is twice stronger than what I had before. So that should be good. That should help to grow faster the sphagnum, and I don't think it's strong enough to burn the seedlings, but we'll do a real-life test. The distance between the humidity dome and the light is 12 centimeters, so less than 5 inches. And we have this that hang like that. I don't like it, so it's an easy fix. Just attach it out of the way, and that's good to go. So we'll have 2 trays under the first light, and under the second light 2 other trays. So that's a lot of space to grow sphagnum, and I guess I will add the trays and start filling them up with the live sphagnum I grow right now. So beautiful, healthy, thick. That's the top of the tray. So everything is alive. That's quite thick of live sphagnum. So we will be able to use a lot of this and to make brand new trays. This one is lower, but so again, humid but not submerged. That's what you want. And I use Windows screen for that. So all this should be able, plus this, yes, and plus a little bit of this already live sphagnum, should be able to do at least a tray and a half, I guess. So let's see. So that's an old tray, and again, you put the window screen just to prevent the part of the sphagnum to sink, to be submerged and to die, because what is submerged will die, and then the sphagnum will grow on the top of it. So it will still grow, but I want really 100% of my sphagnum staying alive. And I don't know if you see that here. Let me show you on this here. So I always put some Drosera on my sphagnum because I don't want any fungus gnats, and because I put the seedlings, I don't want any fungus gnats to go crazy on my seedlings. They are supposed to potentially damage the root. So having a little bit of Drosera will help to manage those fungus gnats. But I will plug that later. So right now you only want to spread it as thin as possible, but you don't want to see through and to see the tray under it. And if when you pull it, you feel like the sphagnum moss is breaking, the long fibers are breaking, it's no big deal. It won't die, it will just multiply and you have just more sphagnum. Oh, and an easy one, easy Drosera to grow with live sphagnum is Drosera adelae. You see this big, thick root? This is Drosera adelae. It will spread by itself using the roots, and that's, you basically buy one and it should grow and capture all the things. So as you see, a full tray. Not as thick as the previous one, but a full tray. So now I have plenty of other sphagnum to make more trays. Okay, so everything is set now. As you see, one tray disappeared. So I have the sphagnum plus all the seedlings here. More than half of a tray of sphagnum, a full tray of sphagnum. And on the other one, a third of a tray of live sphagnum. So that should spread and be a good test. We'll see how they evolve after a month under those lights. And by the way, I will add the cuttings here to also complement the test. Really quick, if you're new here, I explain everything about growing Nepenthes on a windowsill or in a grow tent. So if you love pitcher plants, make sure you subscribe. Let's go back to the video now. So it's been a month since I'm trying those new LED, and we will see. So here are the trays with the lid, etc. So to have high humidity. What else I can tell you? Yep, the temperature, because I know some of you guys will ask me. So it's almost 21 degrees Celsius, so 70 Fahrenheit. And it's really in the middle of the tray, but not touching the bottom of the tray. And obviously, here is the temperature, but higher it will be hotter and lower it will be cooler. So now let's get rid of the lid and have a look. Okay, so we'll start by the cuttings. We have two cuttings, two different trays. Let's start by this one. As you see here, it's growing back. The leaves are not burnt. They are good, actually, good color, shiny, etc. And this one didn't activate a node, but roots are growing. I will show you the roots on this one here. Do you see that? Okay, let me show you better here. So pretty cool. So we will see if the other trays are also great for cuttings, but I guess all the cuttings will be good. And this one, yeah, growing new roots, but some species are, they take longer. So now let's talk about sphagnum moss. As you see here, they are growing back. That's what was almost chopped and laid down, and everything looks healthy. Here we have like a small Drosera that is coming back. Here we have a lot of new growth for the sphagnum and the Drosera, so pretty good light. Nothing is burnt. They are still perfectly green, so that's the good amount of light. And even here, yes, everything is growing back. So really, yeah, and we have even some nice color. Again, the Drosera, love it. Even this one, like this is Adelaide, and it's doing great. Above sphagnum is even better. Look at that, it's at least an inch. I could cut an inch and put it back on the side, and that would be just great. Other cuttings, let's see. Here it's starting. You can see the first root, but all the leaves. Oh, and look at the nectar gland. It's pretty happy, and that's the old leaf. But the new leaf is really healthy. Like there is no sign of burn or lack of light. This is doing nicely. Let's see the last tray. Again, Drosera doing great. Sphagnum, obviously, everything is growing. That's fantastic. Let's see now the seedlings. Here everybody is happy. No sign of burn or lack of light. This one is doing great too. That's the last one I got that germinated from Carnivorous. And those ones from Eat Me Exotic. Yeah, everybody's healthy and happy. So if ever you want to buy some lights to grow sphagnum moss or cuttings or seedlings, those are the one I like. And if you buy some lights from the link in the description, it will help the channel. Literally, here, it's 4 trays. I could, with this setup, the IKEA whatever shelf, I could add 2 more. That would be great. I could add 1 tray here and suspend the other lights. That would allow me to run like 8 trays in the same amount of space. That would be a lot of potential growth. So Yes, that's the VG80. Check the first part of the video if you want some info. So if you have any question, let them in the comments. I already talked about the lights being on for 16 hours and off for 8 hours. You have the temperature, you know the humidity, you know almost everything. So you could easily replicate exactly my setup by buying a shelf, having the lights, the trays, etc. and growing your own sphagnum moss for resale or just for your own. I want to thank my Patreon because that's because of you guys, your support, that I can continue to post one free video every week. So thanks a lot. And until next time, happy growing.